Alert message currently in progress. This is an official release from Everglades National Park. All persons currently inside the park are asked to leave immediately. This includes all employees and tourists participating in the many guided tours. This is not a test. Failure to comply with this emergency measure will result in penalties of up to $55,000 and a lifetime ban from entering the park. If you are in a boat, you must not stop at any time until you have exited the park or have reached another motorized means of leaving the park. The speed limit of 55 miles per hour is now lifted for the next 24 hours to allow for a quick evacuation of the area. This abolition of the speed limit is also applicable to land vehicles. If you are currently lost but still receive the audio or video signal of this emergency message, chances are you are near a rescue camp where help is being deployed. 5 minutes after the end of this broadcast, a siren accompanied by a high-intensity light projection from all 38 different rescue camps will be heard and seen. This is to help you find your way to the nearest station. Once you arrive, please enter the building and listen to the safety instructions on the loudspeaker. Non-perishable food and first aid kits are available in the red and orange boxes on either side of the doors. A satellite internet network will be available to help you communicate with your loved ones. A heliported team will come to your rescue within the next 6 hours. The roof of the rescue camp serves as a helipad. Make sure you do not put any personal items on the roof. If you see any debris, please try to remove it before entering. If the helicopter is unable to land safely, it will stand just outside the camp. Audio instructions will be provided for you to climb up the ladder that will be deployed. We cannot communicate with you the exact reasons why we have orchestrated this unprecedented evacuation. Please follow the instructions provided in this message to ensure the safety of everyone. If one or more people in your group are missing, do not waste time looking for them, as this could endanger your safety and that of the group. Evacuate immediately and note the last place you saw him/her. As soon as you are out of the park, contact us at 248-434-5508, 248-434-5508. Stay tuned for more news on this situation.
Welcome to our breaking news report. An incident has occurred in the Everglades National Park resulting in the loss of over 165 lives. It is a horrific tragedy that has left many in shock and disbelief. According to reports, at approximately 6:29 p.m., an alligator-shaped animal with an unprecedented force turned over an airboat carrying 16 people, eating and mutilating every single one of them. In the following hours until 8:14 p.m., multiple similar incidents happened. Many people on boats who were trying to flee in a hurry after hearing the first news got stuck, making it easy for the beast to find them and take their lives. It is still unclear if this is the work of one or multiple animals. Survivors have described the beasts as varying in size, with some claiming it was about 9 feet long, while others describe it as a massive 30 feet in length. What is consistent in the descriptions, however, is that the creature resembles a wounded reptile, with many scars visible, and even some rib bones showing. Despite attempts to shoot the animal, authorities have been unable to locate it and it remains at large. As a precautionary measure, the park has been evacuated and its entrance has been closed for an undetermined time. The last encounter with the beast happened at 6:55 a.m. when 3 park rangers were ambushed and mutilated. The Army has been called to take over the investigation and help put an end to this carnage. It is still too early to determine what kind of animal this is, but everything is being put in place to ensure its capture. We urge all visitors to stay away from the park until further notice, and we extend our condolences to the families and loved ones of those who have lost their lives in this tragedy. This is an ongoing situation, and we will bring you more updates as they become available. Thank you for listening.
This is an official message from the city of Miami. Notice to all residents of the following neighborhoods. Fontainebleau, Tamiami, Kendale Lakes, Flagami, West Flagler, Little Havana, Coral Way, The Roads, and Brickell. The wild animal that was at the heart of the bloody attacks 2 days ago has been spotted roaming the streets of the Tamiami area for the past 35 minutes. It appears to be heading east at all costs. We believe that it is trying to reach the Atlantic Ocean, but nothing is certain at this time. Any human being, car, or obstacle seems to be a suggestion for this beast. The number of injuries and property damage is increasing by the minute, so it is important to take immediate refuge in a building and stay there until the creature is neutralized. The military is setting up a 2-mile perimeter around the animal that is constantly moving. If you see a reptilian creature 38 feet long and 18 feet high moving in your area, do not make any sudden moves that might attract its attention. While keeping your eyes on it, calmly back up to a nearby building. Make as little noise as possible and do not attempt to communicate verbally with anyone. Don't waste time taking pictures and video of the situation. Many people have lost their lives trying to do this. Don't be a hero and try to take down this monster yourself. The beast has been proven to withstand 24.1 millimeters bullets fired by the Air Force. Do not take your car, and if you are currently driving in one of the areas mentioned above, please hurry to get out or park your car. Tanks will be circulating in the next few minutes in the streets of many areas. If you encounter one on your route, always give them the priority of passage. Make sure to close your windows, and if possible, close your curtains. Shrapnel can become dangerous and shatter windows in the area. Keep away from doors and windows of your home. It is better to stay quietly in the basement of the building. Stay informed at all times by tuning into any radio station that has reception in the city of Miami, or by staying on that television channel. Updated information on the location of the giant reptile will be communicated hourly until it is captured. Emergency services are limited in their movements due to the situation that is taking place on several streets. Please call 911 only in case of immediate danger of death. Calls that are not in this category will be ignored or rescheduled. This was an official message from the city of Miami.
Having been crafted
been confirmed. The Jackson pay close attention, for the duration of the broadcast is meant to inform, not alarm. Please pay close attention for the duration of the broadcast. Although nothing has been confirmed, the Jacksonville police have received an increasing number of 911 calls from children and their parents regarding suspicious strangers seen near their homes and schools. Rather than dismiss these calls, the police department has decided to compile a list of ways to stay safe this Christmas.
If you are between 4 and 12 years old, this message is for you. Pay attention and open your ears. Stay together. There is safety in numbers. If there is someone you don't know or trust nearby, then staying with friends will not only help you feel safer, but it will also discourage any strangers from trying to harm you. Tell an adult. If you don't feel safe, approach an adult you know or who is working in a nearby building. They can help you call your parents and keep you safe while you wait for help. Always tell someone where you're going. If you're going somewhere, make sure an adult you trust knows where you're going to be and tell them when plans change. Ask who is going to be there. When going somewhere new, make sure you ask who else is going to be there. That way, you won't be surprised or scared when you see someone you don't know, and you will be able to recognize anyone who doesn't belong there. Lock your doors. While it isn't second nature here like it is in some bigger towns and cities, if you really don't feel safe, then you should be sure to lock all your doors. That way, you know no one is getting in unless you let them.
While this message may put a damper on the Christmas spirit, the Jacksonville Police Department hopes it puts everyone's worries to rest. They are here for your protection and are proud that so many children trusted them to call in with their concerns. The department will be doing their best to keep the streets safe during the holiday, so don't let your anxieties come between you and having fun. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a safety announcement from the Roxbury Police. After multiple reported sightings of a suspicious individual loitering around children's spaces in and around Roxbury, the police department has issued the following warnings and recommendations to lower the risk of abductions this holiday season. Residents are hereby advised to keep their doors and windows locked at all times. Use caution when allowing your child to use the internet. Monitor your child's internet use and be cautious about the information they share online. This can include not sharing personal information, such as their full name or address, and not meeting in person with anyone they meet online. Accompany your child when they are outside. When possible, make sure to accompany your child when they are outside playing or running errands. This will allow you to keep an eye on them and ensure their safety. Teach your child to recognize potentially dangerous situations. Help your child learn to recognize potentially dangerous situations, such as a stranger offering them a ride and free candies or asking for help finding a lost pet. Encourage them to get away from these situations and find a trusted adult for help. Keep personal information private. Teach your child not to share personal information with strangers, such as their name, address, or phone number. Remind them that it's important to keep this information private to help stay safe. The Roxbury Police Department recognizes that the nature of the season makes managing security more difficult than usual and have taken the following steps to ensure that everyone has a safe and happy holiday. Increase patrols along rural roads. Increase police presence on the streets after dark. Expanded phone lines and operation. Residents and visitors are encouraged to call in with any concerns or reports of suspicious individuals. The Roxbury Police Department takes the safety of your children very seriously. We now return to your regularly scheduled programming. Happy holidays.
This broadcast is an official notice from the RCMP regarding the recent surge in break-ins all over rural Alberta. Although the investigation is currently ongoing, the RCMP has seen fit to share certain information to the public in order to keep them aware of the dangers these seemingly harmless break-ins represent and to hopefully inspire anyone who might know more to contact the investigation team. There have been over 37 reported incidents in the last 48 hours alone. In each case, families reported finding disturbing gifts left at the feet of their children's beds. These gifts range widely from rough-hewn blocks to large dolls and other toys. After confiscation by the RCMP, some of the toys were immediately identified as having been crafted from human remains, the most concerning of which thus far has been a mummified human child dressed in clothing made from leather of suspect origins and a set of jacks made from bone. Given how widespread the incidents are, the RCMP believes this to be the work of a large group and are approaching the investigation with this mindset. The RCMP is working with forensic experts to determine the age and origin of the remains, as well as any other relevant information. The RCMP asks for the public's cooperation as they attempt to track down all of the suspicious gifts across the province. Any suspicious or unexpected gifts should immediately be handed over to your local authorities just in case they prove to be evidence in the investigation. If you or anyone you know have any information regarding this sinister mystery, you are encouraged to call your local authorities. The RCMP thanks you for your time and attention.
This message is an official broadcast made on behalf of Garda Síochána and contains vital information regarding ongoing murder and missing person inquiries. The contents of this message may prove disturbing to sensitive viewers. Your discretion and cooperation are appreciated. Last week on the 6th of January, a family of 5 were found killed in their home near Carrigaline. Autopsy reports placed their time of death in the week previous. Closer to the new year, during the blizzard which struck the area, the alarm was raised when none of the family were seen after the end of the holiday season. Gardaí visited the residence for a wellness check and found the entire family killed in what officers are describing as a ritual slaying. The adults in the family, the father, mother, and grandmother, were skinned and hung from the rafters of the barn, their chest cavities torn open, and their entrails removed. Gardaí located the missing organs arranged in a spiral formation in an adjacent field. The older child, aged 13, was found inside the home, bones broken until they could be folded inside a small drawer. All victims had their tongues removed and suffered severe lacerations to the thighs and biceps. The details of the killings have been kept from the public until now, as a CRI alert was issued for the youngest child in the family, aged 7. Search parties have been unable to find any sign of the child thus far. If you have any information, contact the Gardaí or call the number on your screen. Due to concerns raised by friends of the family and evidence left at the scene, Gardaí are on the lookout for any suspicious individuals in the area of Carrigaline. Locals and any visitors during the week of New Year's are asked to call the number on the screen if you recall seeing anyone meeting the following description during the holiday: extremely tall, at least 6'6", underdressed for the cold weather, possibly barefoot, unsociable, non-local. This message is an official broadcast made on behalf of Garda Síochána. We thank you for your time and cooperation.
to the United States until the city. This message is addressed to all American citizens currently on German soil, specifically in the city of Berlin. We wish to inform you of an important danger that may affect your mobile devices and your mental health. If you are unable to follow the advice in this message, we suggest you return to the United States until the situation is under control. Stay at least 10 miles away from the television tower named Fernsehturm. This includes access to Alexanderplatz, as well as Neptunbrunnen Park. Although barriers are currently in place around the television tower, and access is now impossible, it is important to keep your distance. The FBI is working closely with the German Federal Intelligence Service, BND, to recover the situation and keep you informed. At least 980 people have had their smartphones infected with a virus in the last 3 days. All of these victims were in the vicinity of the Berliner Fernsehturm and downloaded an application called Malware 0.0 on their smartphones. This application has never been authorized to be present on the App Store or the Google Play Store and has no author. Only people within 2 miles of the tower were able to download it to their devices. The local police suspect that hackers have managed to use the Berliner Fernsehturm as an antenna to spread their virus. It is not yet known how these criminals gained access to the building. An investigation is currently underway. Almost everyone who has had their smartphones infected with Malware 0.0 has received text messages in the form of photographs showing a man wearing a wolf skull and a wig. These pictures are often taken in places that the infected person often frequents. We can't confirm if this is a photo trick or if the hackers responsible for this virus are really stalking their victims. Not wanting to take any chances, we ask you not to hesitate to contact the local authorities if you see such an individual. If you come across an application named Malware 0.0, with an app icon showing a wolf skull with long black hair on the App Store or Google Play Store, do not download it and contact your local police. It is possible that hackers have gained access to other communication towers and are preparing to use them soon. If you think you have downloaded the app by mistake, follow these guidelines. Stay calm. There is no need to panic in this situation. Shut down your smartphone completely. If you cannot do this step, you can simply put it in an opaque bag and do not touch it again. Go to the nearest police station without delay. If you don't know where it is located, you have the right to call 110 to be informed where to go. Bring your smartphone with you. Keep it off during this process. Turn your smartphone into the local police. The device will be forwarded to the detectives in charge. An emergency fund has been set up by the German federal government to provide monetary compensation to the victims of this cyber attack. Although it is possible that the authorities will return your device to you after they have completed their investigation, you might never see it again. That's why you will be given a voucher equivalent to the value of your smartphone plus 15%. This voucher will be valid for a period of 3 months and can be exchanged in any Deutsche Telekom stores in Germany. If you want to use it on American soil, you can request a special voucher for American citizens. This will be sent to your U.S. address within 5 business days. Do not attempt to remove the virus from your smartphone by yourself. Do not wear a mask that refers to this virus. All wolf-like disguises are discouraged so as not to be mistaken for one of these criminals. If you are in Berlin, do not download any new applications on your smartphone for security reasons. We thank you for your time and encourage you to share the information in this video with as many people as possible. This message is addressed to all American citizens currently on German soil, specifically in the city of Berlin. We wish to inform you of an important danger that may affect your mobile devices and your mental health. This message contains important updates about the situation surrounding the Malware 0.0 software virus. Do not travel to Berlin and its surroundings. If you are currently in the city, we recommend that you return to the United States or relocate to a nearby city. The number of people affected by the virus has risen from 980 to over 1 in the last 5 days. We attribute this dramatic increase to the fact that many people who have had their smartphones infected have refused to comply with the measures put in place and report their cases to the local authorities. We believe that infected smartphones can infect other smartphones if both are in close proximity. The virus has been developing in a dangerous way over the past few days. The photos sent by the hackers have multiplied. Some affected smartphones started to receive more than one photo per hour. These photos have become more and more personal, showing the wolf-like figure appearing closer and closer to the infected person. These psychological attacks can have very damaging effects on vulnerable people. If a loved one appears to be a victim of this virus, we encourage you to encourage them to go to a police station and exchange their smartphone for a voucher. If this is not possible, and you wish to keep your distance, we encourage you to call the ambulance service at 112 and mention the situation you are facing. Several specialized teams have been set up to respond to these requests in a manner that respects the integrity of the victim. Force and tranquilizers will only be used if the situation requires it. In the most extreme cases, victims showing signs of psychosis will be transported to an appropriate medical facility for treatment. Although it is rare at the moment, exposure to the Malo-Ver-1 0.0 virus can induce schizophrenia-like symptoms. These symptoms are as follows. Delusional ideas. Sufferers may associate the character with the wolf skull with the devil. No link between these two entities has yet been proven. Hallucinations. Several hallucinations may occur on a constant basis. Affected people may see the person appearing in the photos repeatedly in their field of vision. Some people claim that the person is trying to communicate with them, but do not understand what message is being conveyed. Withdrawal. In almost all cases, the victims are left with significant psychological damage, completely detached from their surroundings and refuse to accept help. Absenteeism from work is also noted, although this may be more associated with the fear of leaving the house. These symptoms appear after several days if the victim does not get rid of the cell phone. The after effects seem to be permanent. The German federal government has passed a special measure aimed at German citizens and all foreign nationals present in the country. It is now considered illegal to share photos received by Malo-Ver-1 0.0 and to sell a smartphone that has been infected by the virus. In order to limit the spread of the virus, we ask you to comply with all present and future guidelines ordered by the German government. All citizens leaving Germany by air will be required to hand over their smartphones to border officials for a 5-minute check. Your device will be scanned to ensure that you are not leaving the country carrying the virus with you. If Malo-Ver-1 0.0 is found on your device, it will be seized without a voucher being issued. To ensure that you do not end up in this situation, we recommend that you use one of the kiosks at the entrance of all subway stations in Berlin to scan your smartphone before you get to the airport. The self-served kiosk will be able to provide you with a voucher within minutes if your device is found to be infected. We thank you for your time and encourage you to share the information in this video with as many people as possible.
Attention, attention. This is an emergency broadcast message being relayed through television, radio, and other radio waves in the vicinity of Idaho, Washington, and all states bordering the state of Idaho. This is not a test. About 1:45 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time -6 today, the authorities of Deer Flat National Wildlife Refuge have reported a missing pack of wolves in the area. In the past 10 hours, these wolves have killed a total of 6 people and seriously injured 2 children south of New Plymouth as a city in Payette County. 10 days prior, the wolf pack was last observed moving toward Payette River before disappearing entirely from sight. We do not yet know the wolf pack's current location. Please remain calm as you adhere to these guidelines.
We advise locals in the area to avoid moving around and remain indoors as much as possible to prevent the risk of entering the path of the wolves. If you have a weapon, we advise restraint and caution when using it so as not to cause collateral damage to others. First, call the emergency numbers if you spot them, and only use force when necessary. Remain alert and calm. Do not panic. Attention. Attention. The date is October 25th, 2023. This is an emergency broadcast message. This is not a test. As of 2 months ago, the missing pack of wolves believed to be the cause of 5 mutilated victims have been found and were only responsible for 3 of those deaths. Since their recapture, the number of fatalities went from 6 to 34, forcing officials to start over because there is no sign of an end to the deaths. Eyewitnesses allege that wolf-like monsters were behind the attacks. A curfew will take effect on October 26, 2023. Everyone should be indoors by 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. The curfew will take place in the following states: Idaho, Washington, and Montana. A reward has been set up by the state of Idaho. For any information leading to the capture of one of these wolves, a sum of $2,500 will be given to you. For more details, please go to www.catchthewolvesnow.gov. www.catchthewolvesnow.gov.
The date is November 7th, 2023. This is an emergency broadcast message. This is not a test. The message is relayed through all available radio waves. This is not a test. Please pay particular attention to the information following the beep. The death toll is now at 135. While thought to be the work of wolves, then wolf-masked individuals, looking up at the genetic material with a collaboration of eyewitness testaments has proved all initial theories wrong. Police, with the help of scientists, have traced the trail of bodies to a virus that transforms the host anatomy into a wolf-like one. The source of the virus is unknown. This is not a test or a prank. Follow these rules and tips to increase survivability. The government has created a task force to combat this issue. The curfew is now starting at 5 p.m. All flights and movements out of the following states are now prohibited: Idaho, Washington, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, and Montana. Remain indoors as much as possible, even before the set time for the curfew. This is to avoid confusion with the task force patrolling the street. These wolf-like humans have sharp canines and a bite with a pressure of 1,500 psi or higher. To mitigate this, if it can breach your defenses, you are advised to wear thick clothing, a doubled Kevlar if you can get your hands on any. Keep in mind that this will not stop you from getting injured. It will only slightly increase your chances of survival. More information will follow, pending the development of the situation.
This message is for all Boise Police Department patrol officers. This message is for all Boise Police Department patrol officers. The information contained is classified and must not be communicated to any civilian. If you are in a public place, please make sure you are the only one hearing the following audio content. This message will be repeated in exactly 1 hour. In order to make the content clearer, we will refer to wolf-like creatures as werewolves. As you may have noticed, this designation is already commonly used by the population. It now appears that the virus originated from a lab. A pair of scientists attempted to imbue themselves with abilities by extracting wolf DNA and splicing it with human genes, causing them to mutate. As of now, it is believed that there are multiple werewolves on the prowl. These are some facts about this development. Werewolves are indeed real. They are caused by an unknown strain of virus that causes them to morph into wolf-like beings with the taste of human flesh. There is no cure for this virus. Scientists are working on a cure. The werewolf virus can be contracted from a bite of an infected person. Please wear the Kevlar protection issued to you by the Boise Police Department at all times. Werewolves appear as hybrid creatures with wolf-like characteristics such as sharp claws and canines, with thick hairs around their upper torsos and legs. The mutation worsens with the infected becoming more agitated during the full moon. Scientists think this might be the cause of the effect on tides and parallels to the human anatomy. If you suspect that someone is infected, you are now authorized to detain that person or group of people and bring them to the station for observation. Scientists are still unsure if you ordinary animals carry this virus. If you have bite marks from a canine that abounds, please contact your sergeant as soon as possible.
Attention, this is an emergency broadcast message being relayed through television, radio, and other radio waves in the vicinity of Idaho, Washington, and all states bordering the state of Idaho. This is not a test. The virus seems to be increasing despite best efforts to keep it under control. Report to your local police if any family member or household exhibits at least 2 of the following signs. High-grade fevers with temperatures above 103 degrees, a reddish hue of the skin, an inexplicable itch that doesn't seem to go away no matter how much scratching is involved, an increased taste for meat, red meat in some specific case, an erratic change in behavior, especially at high tide or when the moon is at its fullest. Do not call as a prank. Resources are scarce. When all signs are present, restrain the person while waiting for members of the task force to arrive. Every call should be clear. If you suspect your neighbor has it, state it and state why you think so. We ask that you remain alert and calm. Do not panic. These are steps you can take to protect yourselves and your loved ones. Check yourselves for bite marks if any are found. Quarantine for 6 days and call. Stay indoors and avoid going out when not necessary. When outside, please do so with a means of identification. Barricade your windows and reduce the amount of noise when close to a full moon. Do not hoard food. You are advised to wear thick clothing, a doubled Kevlar if you can get your hands on any. Keep in mind that this will not stop you from getting injured. It will only slightly increase your chances of survival.
February 26, 2016. This is an emergency message from WikiLeaks regarding an imminent danger to the public safety. Following testimony from several whistleblowers and intercepted secret FBI transmissions, we are delivering this highly important warning message to all American citizens. You must observe the following safety measures immediately. Never go out without a serious reason. Avoid speaking to strangers. Carry a self-defense weapon at all times. A military experiment aimed at integrating technology with the human brain had disastrous effects. A group of individuals subjected to the tests escaped from a secret military neurotechnology center located in Austin, Texas. The fugitives are extremely dangerous. They have been programmed to execute mind transfer from other humans' brains. They are able to use neural weapons. So far, 9 citizens had their brain damaged after what seemed to be an attempt to hack their mind. No media outlet reported on these occurrences in accordance with the FBI's instructions. We warn you to be vigilant and to report to the authorities any person who acts strangely in your entourage. The fugitives have the ability to download your mind via eye contact. Run away from people who look you in the eyes. It is expected that the fugitive individuals will soon take dangerous actions against society. If you work for one of these agencies, United States Department of Homeland Security, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, National Security Agency, United States Department of Defense or Federal Bureau of Investigation and wish to share classified information, contact with at 778-330-2389. Use a burner phone. At the end of the conversation, remove the cell phone battery and then destroy the device. Dispose of the parts of the device in a public trash. Make sure you are not being followed. March 10, 2016. This is an emergency message from WikiLeaks regarding an imminent danger to the public safety. Following testimony from several whistleblowers and intercepted secret FBI transmissions, we are delivering this highly important warning message to all American citizens. Report update. Our investigations show that the fugitives can scan the brain and detect the IQ level. We address mainly people with an IQ of 140 and above. You are vulnerable to mind transfer attacks. Stay clear of any stranger. Do not open the door to postmen, delivery persons. At work, stay alert when speaking to a new colleague. Avoid any eye contact with people you don't know. Wear dark sunglasses. 2 biologists from Phoenix, Arizona, working for the federal government were found with their brain paralyzed after using new cell phones. Observe these rules. They will save your life. Avoid or stop using your cell phone in public places. When you speak, keep the phone at least 10 centimeters distance of your head. Put a piece of aluminum foil over the microphone. We strongly advise population to secure their mind. We have been informed that a non-disclosed number of security cameras in the city of Tucson, Arizona have been hacked and used to extract data from the mind of at least 5 persons who came close to them. Disconnect and destroy your Wi-Fi security cameras immediately. When manipulating the cameras, do not look into the lens. Our sources revealed that a mind-controlled drone attacked a group of researchers working on a secret project on board of a military vessel. They lost conscience and were diagnosed with total amnesia. Warning: the use of drones is dangerous. Radio communication between the remote control and the drone can easily be intercepted and used for other purposes. Drones sold to the public with an integrated camera can become a real danger. If you notice a small or medium-sized flying object, immediately take shelter in a safe place. Do not try to get in touch with the drone. April 4, 2016. This is an emergency message from WikiLeaks regarding an imminent danger to the public safety. Following testimony from several whistleblowers and intercepted secret FBI transmissions, we are delivering this highly important warning message to all American citizens. This is top secret information we just have received. Donald Trump's mind had been manipulated through thought control techniques. The president is now in the custody of a military medical team. These developments are not known to the media. The White House will conceal the truth by using a lookalike. Follow these rules in order to avoid manipulation and fake news. Do not trust any report pretending it was released by the actual government unless the last sentence of the text ends with the word "safe." Share this message with your friends and family. Be warned that most likely the hackers will continue to attack population in various ways, including computers of any kind. When you don't need to be connected, we advise you to turn off your Wi-Fi router. This advice is applicable for mobile devices as well. Turn them off as often as possible when you don't need them. Do not use desktop or laptop computers for more than 1 hour daily. When using a computer, wear a safety gloves padded with aluminum. Cover and turn off any microphone, camera, and do not use wireless mouse. We are aware that taking such drastic measures has a high danger of receiving mocking coverage from the media. This message's sole purpose is to provide you with the information that has been gathered and properly validated so you may make better judgments. Extreme danger for persons with hearing aids implants. At least 42 users of bionic implants across the state of Nevada became paralyzed and many of them died. Our informer reported that the scientific police have determined that most probably the implants have been used by the fugitive criminals to attack the brains of the victims. In case you wear a hearing aid implant, you must take an appointment with your clinic, as they can remove it immediately. While waiting, protect your ears with metallic caps. The criminals managed to transfer dangerous thoughts into the mind of people who live in the Bay Area. We have been informed about 5 cases when victims had their mind rewritten. Under the effect of a new personality, the victims might take terrorist actions. There are many clues that lead us to believe that the derailment of the BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit, was caused by one of these people. Contact the authorities as soon as you notice someone in your entourage is acting strangely. Do not approach any person who acts strange in public. Keep a legally owned weapon in handy in case they attack you.
This is a public service announcement. Regarding all residents of Ireland, there is an anomaly in your area. There is an anomaly in your area. Following witnesses reporting a bald creature crying like a banshee, there have been several attacks reported in woodland areas. Some of the victims recovered have been found to have their internal organs and jaws almost entirely dissolved. Repeat. Some of the victims recovered have been found to have their internal organs and jaws almost entirely dissolved. This is a real-life scenario happening right now and has been confirmed without a shadow of a doubt to be true by both authorities and local residents of several towns and villages within Ireland. This creature has been given the name SCP-3199 and only been reported to have appeared in Ireland. It is currently believed that the creature is unable to swim, though can survive underwater for extended periods of time. If you live within Ireland or visit for whatever reason, the most important thing to remember is to stay calm. Do not panic. SCP-3199 currently has only been reported in a few rural areas. If you are living in a heavily populated area with few trees, these areas are considered to be completely safe. Civilians are advised to stay out of heavily wooded areas, especially at night. Here are some details shared by Forensic Science Ireland, an anomaly in nature and an entity of currently indeterminable origin. However, it is believed, through unconfirmed leaked sources, tissue samples indicate the presence of silky chicken, chimpanzee, and human DNA. These creatures are typically hairless, stained with a thin slayer of an albumin-like excretion. SCP-3199 stands at an average height of 2.9 meters as an adult, weighing around 780 kilograms in a matured state, and 360 kilograms for hatchlings. Currently, its average speed has been recorded to be as high as 25 kilometers per hour, or 15 miles per hour. If SCP-3199 has spotted you, the best chance of survival is not to run, as SCP-3199 can easily outrun you. The best thing to do is to get to higher ground where it cannot reach. For example, climbing a tree or a building or even a steep hill or cliff. SCP-3199 can run for long periods of time due to its strong leg muscles, however has no ability to climb whatsoever, and has very little agility. Even if there are multiple SCP-3199 in the area, they have little chance of reaching you if you have climbed to a high and safe place. Unless, of course, you are in a tree and they start to attack its base in an attempt to get you down. Remember, SCP-3199 can produce highly corrosive substances that would easily disintegrate bark. If this is the case, remain calm and hide. There is a strong likelihood of it losing interest and simply wandering off if it does not see you. If you hear any sounds that sound like a woman screaming, please alert authorities immediately. Having said this, please be aware that foxes often make screaming sounds. This is normal for them, and is called vixen scream. The scream of SCP-3199 is far louder and ear-piercing. Those who are familiar with fox cries will easily be able to tell the difference. If you are, however, still unsure, contact authorities. It's better to be safe than sorry. You are not wasting time by being cautious. Authorities will immediately investigate the area, and if they believe the sounds are a viable threat, the situation will be escalated, the public warned, and the area contained. Autopsies have determined that the cervical vertebrae, bones of the neck immediately below the skull, of a mature SCP-3199 is composed of cartilage instead of bone, enabling the neck and throat to twist and dislocate to around 340 degrees in either direction. If one of these creatures is spotted, remain calm. Do not make a sound. This will only alert SCP-3199 to your presence. If it has not spotted you, as calmly and quietly as you can, leave the area immediately. Get out of the woods and call authorities. SCP-3199 produces large eggs, off-white in color and rubbery in appearance. It is not currently known if there is a limit to the number of eggs that can be produced in its lifetime. The eggs produced by SCP-3199 are extremely resilient to even high-precision blades, extreme physical trauma, and acid exposure. Do not try to destroy them by yourself in any way. The success rate is low and the level of possible danger is high. Termination of SCP-3199 is currently relatively easy. However, destroying the eggs they carry inside them is far more difficult. SCP-3199 has been reported to be able to produce eggs completely on its own, and can do so numerous times, making it very difficult to eradicate them entirely. Regardless of age, SCP-3199 will always carry at least one egg to ensure survival. The very first human encounter with SCP-3199 was by a man known only as Mr. K. Mr. K survived this encounter. Later reports from leaked sources say that he heard the creature before he saw it. Thinking at first that it was a woman needing help, he headed towards the source of the noise. A blood-curdling screaming that continued. Heading deeper into the forest, Mr. K found an abandoned building, beside which was a rusted metal hut. Inside he saw the creature, later named SCP-3199. He fled the scene before it spotted him. Shortly after this, a mysterious organization descended upon the town. It is not known at this time what the purpose of this organization is, or why they have an interest in this specific case. Reports from other locals indicate that this group of armed personnel entered the forest with night vision technology. Perhaps to gain an advantage against SCP-3199, the outcome of this mission was never released, and it is unknown what happened to the creature in the end, whether it was killed or captured. All that was stated after this mysterious organization left was that the creature SCP-3199 was no longer in the area. If you have any information about this anonymous organization, please contact the local authorities. The government of Ireland would like to thank them for this act of bravery and would like to work together to eradicate this threat. End of message. This is a public service announcement regarding all residents of Ireland. This is a public service announcement regarding all residents of Ireland. The anomaly known as SCP-3199 has successfully been contained. We thank you all for your cooperation and understanding during this difficult time. The public will be notified if there are any further changes or updates. If any further instances of SCP-3199 or their eggs are found, please report them immediately. SCP-3199 are opportunistic hungers, willing to engage with live subjects. So be on your guard if they reappear. Safety Services of Ireland wishes you and your family a good evening. And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Warning, this is an emergency message from the SCP Foundation. Do not turn off your devices. This is not a drill. This is an emergency broadcast. Please remain calm. Please listen to the following information and directions carefully. If you are receiving this broadcast, there is reason to believe that you are in immediate danger. Do not panic. Listen to the following instructions. Yesterday afternoon, there was a breach of the SCP Foundation security, and subject SPC-049 has been at large ever since. The subject in question is humanoid in appearance. He stands approximately 1.9 meters tall, or 6 feet and 2 inches. SCP-049 is the only known being of his kind. The subject is wearing long black robes and a mask such as those worn by medieval plague doctors. The mask covers the entire face and features a long, protruding beak. He has never been known to take off the mask. It is believed that the subject dismantled the security system themselves. This means that he is likely capable of doing the same with residential security systems. We are asking that you pack quickly and evacuate the area immediately. There are no official evacuation routes which have been determined safe at this time, as the location of subject SCP-049 is undetermined. However, you should keep going until you are no longer receiving this broadcast and have traveled at least 75 miles from your original location. Do not take your time. Pack only the essentials and evacuate immediately. If you see any suspicious characters, if you see an injured animal or human moving slowly towards you, or if you otherwise believe you have come into contact or sighted SCP-049 or any of its experiments, you should retreat to a safe location and contact authorities immediately. Do not engage. Do not approach. I repeat, do not engage. Do not provoke. SPC-049 is capable of human speech. He appears to be fluent in several languages, but primarily speak an antiquated form of French or English. If you believe you see, hear, or otherwise encounter SPC-049, do not engage. SPC-049 believes he is here to purge the world of something he refers to as the pestilence. Should he come to believe that you have been infected with the pestilence, he will attempt to harm or kill you. SPC-049 is capable of halting all bodily functions with one touch. You should never be close enough to SPC-049 to easily be touched, chased, or intercepted by him. As you move to evacuate, it is imperative that you check your surroundings carefully. SPC-049 is scientific in nature and may wish to observe you from a distance and take notes. Those who have been in contact with SPC-049 report an uncomfortable feeling while in his presence. If you feel an abnormal sense of unease or anxiety, assume the worst. If you do happen to come into contact with SPC-049, do not provoke him by making him angry or by sparking an interest in yourself. If available to you, lavender has been known to have a calming effect on the subject. It is a good idea to carry it with you if possible. You may give yourself an opportunity for escape. However, you should not approach SPC-049 if at all avoidable. SPC-049 is not the only active threat. The subject has been known to have the ability to reanimate corpses of both animals and humans. How this is done and how long it takes are unknown, so if someone around you has been missing for any period of time and shows up again, assume the worst. These reanimated corpses are violent and harmful. They are known to be stronger than their living self, and do not possess any memories from their previous life. They are volatile. They are not your loved one anymore. If one approaches you, your best course of action is to get to a safe place as soon as possible. Do not engage. Do not attempt to combat or kill this monster. It is highly likely that you will be overtaken and killed instead. At this time, there have been 4 reported deaths and there are 12 missing persons. There are only 3 reported reanimated corpses. These have been reported to be human. It is possible that there are several reanimated animal corpses, but that these are difficult to spot. The safest course of action is to avoid contact with any animal or person outside of your immediate family. If a member of your family goes missing mysteriously, do not go in search of them. Contact the authorities and evacuate without them. Contact with either SPC-049 or the reanimated corpses, SPC-049-2, can result in death. Any persons unable to evacuate due to lack of transportation or medical needs should contact the police to get further instructions. Deployment of search and rescue helicopters is imminent. Please keep in mind that the threat, SPC-049, displays high levels of intelligence and is highly capable of achieving his goals. Do not call attention to yourself. Warning, warning. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 5 days ago, a viral outbreak had happened in the city of New York that has continually started to spread quickly through the streets. At first, it appeared to be another strain of the COVID-19 disease and was being treated as such, but quickly it has become apparent that this is not COVID-19. It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills while forming a temperature that rises upwards of 105 degrees. After an hour of contracting this sickness, the infected will immediately convulse into an epileptic seizure before expiring and dying. 1 hour after that, however, the infected will start to move again, but there will be no registered pulse or other form of life, and the infected will instantly become extremely aggressive and attack any nearby non-infected in an attempt to pass on the disease. All citizens are advised to remain in your homes, and to not leave under any circumstances at all. National Guard forces are currently deployed, and all local law enforcement are tasked with taking down any aggressive infected they come across. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 10 days ago, a new viral outbreak had broken out in New York City, and had quickly spread throughout the Northeast, and is currently ravaging its way through the Midwest, southern United States, and is quickly making its way to the West Coast. All citizens are advised to remain inside their homes and to not be seen on the streets. The infected are extremely aggressive and will attack those who are not infected. Once infected, there is no known cure and there is a 100% probability of death. National Guard, armed forces, local law enforcements and other militarized branches of the United States military are currently on a shoot-on-sight order for all infected that they find outside of homes. If you are found to be outside of your home, you will be neutralized immediately. Repeat. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Do not leave your homes at the sight of militarized forces or else you will be shot and neutralized immediately. Stay in your homes, wait for the all-clear to signal, and only then will you be allowed to be evacuated to safe stations currently set up to check all citizens for infection. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. All citizens of the United States that are still in affected areas who have not been evacuated are cautioned to remain in their homes. It has been 22 days since the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO, that started in the Northeast, and currently all areas of the North American continent are infected, with it rapidly spreading worldwide. The United Nations has currently deployed peacekeeping forces to North America, South America, Europe, and the Asian continents to subdue the spread of this disease, and all travel is strictly prohibited. All citizens not yet evacuated to a safe zone are required by martial law to remain in their homes or will be effectively terminated. Dehydration, sudden fever, seizures, shivering or chills. If someone who has these symptoms suddenly dies, you are required to evacuate the area or else neutralize the subject yourself. Congress just passed a law removing all human rights from the infected people that came back to life. You are permitted to use whatever force is necessary to eliminate the threat. There will be no prosecution, and there is no need to call the authorities to tell them what you have done. You have done. The United States government has issued a national warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. It has been 35 days since the start of the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO disease, and a vaccine has been developed. As of now, the United States, in tandem with the United Nations peacekeeping forces, are currently ordered to clear and disassemble urban areas. As of now, all infected citizens who had died to the disease, and who rose back up into a state of moving death, known officially now as zombies, after the pop culture monster of the same name, are currently congregating in massive numbers in urban areas. Why this is happening is entirely unclear, but there seems to be some sort of intelligence at play as they clear their immediate area of uninfected people, and then will move to the closest urban area, even if their rural areas are hundreds of miles away. If there are any uninfected citizens still living in urban areas, you are required to leave effective immediately. To not be mistaken for one of the infected, you are required to take white cloth and wave it around in your hands, or wear white, or have any sort of indication that you are, in fact, uninfected. Here are some basic tips to ensure your survival during the evacuation. Avoid making noise while moving so as not to draw attention to yourself. Prefer an all-terrain vehicle with high ground clearance. Some roads are in poor condition and covered in debris with limited access. Bring provisions that can last 2 weeks to overcome the unexpected. Do not use the sewer system to escape. Several bodies were found and the rat population quadrupled in less than a few days. All gun laws are now suspended. It is now allowed for any American over the age of 13 to carry and use any weapon, including those that were prohibited, to defend themselves against one or more zombies. Once the situation is back to normal, the government will not keep any records of the weapons you have used. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. All safe zones and evacuation centers are currently inoperable, and any form of local government can be reestablished. States federal government has fallen. Effective immediately, all citizens will be required to keep themselves safe. May God watch over you all.
ときの休みもなく、タンパク質の合成と分解が行われています。体の中ではひとときの休みもなく、タンパク質の合成と分解が行われています。体の中ではひとときの休みもなく、タンパク質の合成と分解が行われています。 体の中ではひとときの休みもなくタンパク質の合成と分解が行われている。体の中ではひとときの休みもなくタンパク質の合成と分解が行われている。体の中ではひとときの休みもなくタンパク質の合成と分解が行われている。 休みもなく、タンパク質の合成と分解が行われている。体の中ではひとときの
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Another video on everyone's favourite gout-ridden, patchy-beard fucking hippo, Darkside Phil. And a lot of you are probably thinking, what gives? You only did a DSP video last month. Usually you do one, maybe two a year. How are you doing two? Like, so close together. And I guess you could say that I'm getting that groove back.
This is cool because I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm getting it back now. But now I'm getting that groove back, getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too.
And yeah, so we're back, like, talking about Phil. And what are we talking about today? A lot's happened in the, small window since my last video on him. Could I possibly be talking about the fact that there's a new money creature that is turning up and dropping $150. Well, I say new, obviously, well, he is new. It's not like it's only iced coffee, just, using a different username. It's obviously a new whale that has turned up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Jinx is a maniac. Jinx is, I think, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but Jinx just tipped $150. And he said he wasn't going to do it. And he tipped $150 tonight. He says he wants to keep the vestry going. I'm going to read his actual message in a second. I can't believe he just did that.
Or am I talking about the fact that Phil has bought some bubble guns?
Are you ready for Bubbles Akimbo? Oh yeah! Fire up the engines! Yeah! That's a lot of bubbles. Damn.
Now, what makes me laugh about the bubble guns is the fact that him blowing the bubbles, like just normally beforehand, was probably the most exercise he ever got. And he's too lazy to do that. He's gone out and bought the bubble guns, like to blow the bubbles for him. But at least I guess that, he can now justify that thousands of dollars that he claims he spends on business expenses each month. I'm sure they cost a pretty penny. Like, they're definitely not like fucking $9.99 at Argus or some shit. But no, anyway, yeah, I'm not talking about any of that stuff. Although I will say this about the bubble guns. I think it's weird that a guy who supposedly has mature, positive streams for adult content is using toys like bubble guns that are made for like toddlers. to entertain his mature adult audience. Does anyone else think that's a bit weird? You know? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, maybe it's just because I'm a negative piece of shit and I can't understand the positive chill content, you guys. It also made me laugh as well that when he was talking about the bubble guns, I won't go on about the bubble guns, but he said that Kat said, "Oh, you should watch out, you guys," because she calls Phil you guys, because the bubbles could go in the plug sockets, you guys, and you could get electrocuted. Like, fucking hell. Oh, God, you have a risky job. Risking electrocution for your fans. Fucking hell, man. Anyway, yeah, so we're not talking about that, believe it or not. Today, we're actually going on a journey to away from DSP Gaming to DSP Reacts, reacting on stream. So yeah, I'm sure most of you know, I've probably even mentioned it before. Phil, the guy who ages ago said, "I wouldn't do React content, you guys. I respect my viewers too much. It's a lazy form of content." He said all that stuff, and, you know, in typical gout-ridden fucking hippo fashion, the king of hypocrites, he went, "Oh, now I've gone back at it. Welcome to DSP React, you guys." So we're heading over to DSP React, which is another place for positive chill content, and we're going to be watching him react to a YouTuber by the name of The Report of the Week. Now, I recognise this guy. I can't say I've watched any of his content, but I know he's been around for a while. But we're going to watch Phil react to him because after a little while, Phil kind of sort of has a delusion. He gets really deluded about the fact that he is convinced that he inspires this guy to make the content that he does, and that, yeah, let's just get into it.
Little Caesars has brought back their pretzel crust pizza. Now this item, I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, the second... No,
this reminds me of my old style of video. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do videos. He looks like he's looking at a camera and he's adjusting the camera. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do stuff, right? Really. I mean, he's definitely different. He's well-dressed, which I didn't used to do. And he's actually way more formal, well-spoken. And look at his hair. Like, he's all fancy, made up for the video. But that's kind of the style I used to do in my old vlogging stuff.
Third time, I think.
Right. This guy's like me. He uses a camera. That's what I used to use, you guys. It's like looking into a mirror. Apart from the fact that this guy cares about his appearance. I also used to use a camera. Like, what the fuck? How is using a camera is not a fucking style, you fucking cunt. It's a fucking piece of equipment. Like, that's stupid. That's like me going, "Oh, that guy's using a microphone. Oh, he's using the same style as I am." It's fucking stupid. "Oh, this guy's using my style," apart from that he's not a fucking patchy beard, like, fucking walrus, like, that wears a vest. Like, other than that, he's a dead fucking ringer.
So what is the pretzel crust pizza?
I don't know.
I think the name is pretty straightforward. I think we would all...
Can we just see it rather than talk about it? Hold on. Wow, he's really in depth. He's giving, like, insane amounts of information. Jesus. Okay, here it is.
It makes me laugh that I put that bit in because it made me laugh that he skipped ahead in the video. Like, he's like, "Come on, man, I want to see the food." Because this is the thing he does in his content. Like, people tune in and go, "Oh, cool, Phil's playing the latest AAA game, whatever the fuck it is." And then he'll go, "Ladies and gentlemen, back in 2010, I did the previous version of this game, you guys. And, yeah, it was a stormy night in 2010 when I was the hottest vid on YouTube. And I put this game in, and I started recording my playthrough." And everyone in the chat's like going, "Will you just play the game, you fucking hippo?" And then he's like, "What? People saying this nonsense in the chat, you guys. Tell me to get the point." Yet here he is, going, "Oh, can we just see the pizza?" Like, dude, this is what your audience have to go through all the time. It's like when he does a big announcement or whatever. And he's like, "Guys, I've got an announcement. It's going to change your life, you guys." And then he'll go, "So, here's the announcement. Basically, yesterday I was sitting down and looking at the TV and I thought, now that's interesting." And then he'll go on like some random fucking story, I don't know, about how he went to the shops and bought bread and the bread was out of stock and he was angry at the... I think just fucking get on with it. It's just that kind of shit. And now he has to sit through it. He's like, "Oh no, skip ahead." It's like, he didn't used to do that in his food reviews. You know, "Oh, he's really going into detail about the food." Yeah, food's in your hand, you ain't going into detail. You're fucking devouring that fucking food.
Yes.
Hold on a second. That's Little Caesars? That doesn't look that bad. I'm shocked. It doesn't look that bad. I'm tearing up. I'm shocked. Like, wait, what? He opened like a fast food pizza. I gotta take my glasses off for a second. The cheese looks perfectly cooked. You can see there's browning and bubbling in the cheese. The pepperoni looks toasted to the point where it's actually like peeling up, right? The crust looks like it might actually be like a thick, chewy crust. And they put some, they put some pretzel salt on it. That doesn't look bad.
I love how excited he gets about food and how much detail he goes into it. All the time, right? Like, his fans will say, hey, Phil, what do you think about this upcoming release? And he'll go, well, yeah, well, whatever, play it on stream. Or, you know, just something like that. He just doesn't... Or if they ask him, like, a hypothetical question or just something silly, like, oh, Phil, if you were stuck on a desert island, what items would you take? And he's like, huh, that's ridiculous, you guys. Why would I ever be on a desert island? That makes no sense. It's just nonsense. Like, you can't get him to talk. But with this, he's there going, oh, look at the pizza, you guys. Oh, it's nice cheese and those tiny onions swimming in a sea of mozzarella. Like, he fucking is, like, jizzing his pants over this fucking pizza. But then again, I guess he's 1.2% Italian, you guys, or whatever he says. Well, I'm 1/3 Italian. Like, never been to Italy, but, you know, but he could talk for hours about this fucking pizza. Which is funny, because when this guy doing the video was talking about the pizza, he's like, skip ahead, I want to see the pizza. And now he's here, like, fucking going off on it, like, fucking hell.
I'll eat this carefully, but I will, for the heck of it, take a careful bite for all of you watching, because I know some people have said they've missed the eating segments. I know, I miss them too.
Wait,
but,
what? He doesn't eat the food?
I'll take a bite, then I'll pause the camera, and we'll get to the assessment.
He does a food series, he doesn't eat the food? And now this is a rare thing, he eats it? I mean, how do you review food if you don't eat it?
No, I don't think that the point is that he doesn't eat the food. How do you review it if you don't eat it? Like, I think he does eat it, you fucking idiot. I think the point is that he cuts it, like jump cuts away after he's eaten it and says, yeah, the pizza was okay, or this was wrong for it, or whatever. Maybe, unlike yourself, he's cottoned on to the fact that, oh, maybe people don't want to watch some fucking person going, it's very greasy. It's not as good as this pizza I had back in the day at Vinny's, you guys. Like, maybe he's thought, maybe people don't want to hear some, like, pig snorting noises going, Like, maybe he just thought, you know, I'll cut out me eating it, because we don't need to see him eat it. It's not a mukbang. Like, we just need to know what it fucking tastes like. But what's the point? What's the point if you're not going to eat it? Fucking hell.
Alright, and now getting the camera out of focus. There we go.
So he is doing it just like I used to. He has a camera that he sets up. He records himself. This is exactly how I used to do it. First, I was recording just the food. Then I would record me eating the food with a camera. So it is my old style. Huh.
He is using my old style. He's using a camera. That's my style. That's how... Before this, everyone used to make their videos, like, out of fucking Braille. Yeah, they used to chisel stone and put it in a slideshow. That's how they used to do it before I went, I could actually film it. Yeah, instead of doing all this chiseling of the stone and doing slideshows, they just used to do PowerPoint presentations till I came along. Fucking hell. It's not a style. It's like me having a band with a guitarist and then seeing another band with a guitarist and going, you're copying our style. We have a guitarist too. And is that a drummer? You have a drummer as well? Fucking, you're a rip-off. It's not a style, you fucking cunt.
He keeps getting distracted and looking at something to the side of the camera. I wonder what it is. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what it is because I used to do this. He has a camcorder that has the screen that flips and it pops out the side. So he's looking at himself on the screen. That's exactly what it is. He's using a handheld camcorder that has the flip screen. So he sees himself on the flip screen, but it's slightly off the center. So that, dude, this guy, wow. Did I actually inspire someone to do something on the internet and they got successful? That's crazy, and I'm happy for him.
Oh my god. Right, okay. I don't even know where to begin here. So he's basically put one and one together, and he's gone, whoa, this guy's using a flip camera, which I used to use, and he's doing the insane thing that I invented by flipping the little fucking preview screen or whatever it's called it towards him so he can see himself. That's what I used to do. I inspired him. Dude, the cameras are made like that. You fucking idiot. That's like having a straw and going, is he using a straw to drink his beverage? Dude, that's insane. Did I inspire him to do that? That's how I used to drink beverages. That camera with the fucking thing. That's the point. The reason that screen flips that way is so that you can see yourself while you're recording. You didn't invent that. He didn't record these videos before you and go, oh, God, I wish I could see myself. I've accidentally been filming the wall for an hour because I didn't know where the camera was pointing. And then, oh, what's this great guy or hippo that's making videos? Oh, DSP. Oh, he's amazing. He's doing videos like me. Oh, wait a minute. Has he flipped the preview screen of the camera around so he can see her? That's genius. This is a game changer. He's inspired me to do the same kind of... You fucking dumbass. Such a fucking ego. Dude, you got a camera 10 or so years ago, filmed yourself eating burgers, and then you turn the fucking preview screen around so you could see yourself while you're filming it, and you think that you came up with all of that. I don't know why I'm surprised, because this is the same guy that seems to think he invented the Let's Play. Oh, you can talk over games while you play them at the same time, you guys. And everyone's like, huh, what's this innovator doing over here? Like, no, you stupid idiot. I don't get, like, how dumb and how, like, egotistical do you have to be to think simply by him using that fucking screen to see where he's recording means that you inspired him. You're not the only person that fucking did that. That is the whole point of it. Anyway, yeah, let's move on.
He's taking this seriously. He's doing it in a very professional manner. It looks like he's damn popular for doing it. 273,000 views. Good for him. Good for him. Yes. No. 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 A standing ovation. A standing ovation. I can't believe it. Yes. Yes. That's good. Thank God. Because let me tell you, I couldn't keep doing it. Remember? I couldn't. I had to stop doing these. I told you guys I couldn't keep eating this food, and I didn't want to keep having my meals become a video for the internet.
The fact that he's now, like, getting to the point where he's standing up to give him a standing ovation, which we know is standing up is a big deal for him. Like, obviously, he doesn't do it very often. I don't stand up for anything. For just anything, you guys. But he's standing up giving this guy a standing ovation because he thinks that this guy got successful using a style, air quotes, that he made up. And he's getting up going, yeah, yes, yes, he's making good content, yes. Like, because you think that he's took something that you did by simply filming fucking food. Oh my God. And then for him to go, oh yeah, it's really good that he did that because I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't do that, could you? It's a lot of hard work, isn't it? You know, putting your... And let's not forget that this guy's editing his videos, which you never fucking do. So, but yeah, you did it all in like one fucking take. Like, so that's even more lazy. But I love the fact at the end he goes, I couldn't keep doing it because I didn't want my meals to become a thing on the internet. Like, everything I eat had to be on the internet. It's like, dude, that shows how often he eats fast food. Because for someone like this other guy that's doing it, like, sorry, I keep forgetting his name. He's obviously, you know, he just gets the fast food specifically for the reviews. I would assume that on any other normal given day, he's eating, like, you know, normal home-cooked meals. But Phil's going, every meal had to be on the internet. That just shows that you... Well, we know because how much money you spend on fucking DoorDash. But Jesus Christ. Also, it goes to show that, you know, back to him saying that, oh, he's copying my style. But also in this same clip here, he says, like, oh, he's taking it seriously. He's, being professional and all this sort of stuff, right? Well, he's not copying your style then, is he? He's doing his own thing. He's taking it seriously. He doesn't act like you or anything. Your style that he's supposedly been inspired by is using a camera. Oh, wow. Yeah, because before that, he was doing it all on PowerPoint. Like, fuck off.
So, I'm happy that someone has taken the idea and ran with it and gotten huge. That's cool. Because this is 1,000,000% my style of how I used to do it. He's even having the same things I used to do, which is pretty crazy.
1,000,000% your style. He's even doing the same things I used to do. And let's list those things, shall we, that he's doing that you used to do, the things that you supposedly inspired. 1, he's eating food. 2, he's recording it with a camera. The list ends there. Oh, my style, you guys. No one ever thought of that before me. Fuck off. 1,000,000% your style. So you were the first cunt ever to film themselves eating and reviewing it, were you? Is that what you think? Of course it is, because you also think you were the first person to do a Let's Play. Fucking idiot.
But the review is good. The review is good quality, and he's going crazy into detail, 12 minutes. And he actually edited it. He cut it up, which is good. Wow. See, I see this guy all the time. I see, like, things, like, clips of his or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's interesting that someone's kind of doing food reviews. And now to come to find out, it's in my old style. And he's doing really well. I mean, super thumbs up to this guy. I'm impressed.
Again, you know, still going on, calling it his style. I mean, he even says here, oh, he was doing well edited, well thought out reviews. Then it's not your style, because yours were just fucking one take fucking pigs eating, going, it's very greasy, you guys. Like, that was literally your thing. It's nothing like it, other than, like I keep saying, you using a camera and eating. That's the only similarities. Now, I also want to point out the fact that this guy, the report of the week, has been making these food reviews since 2011, right? Whereas Phil, who claims he inspired this guy and his style, has, his first DSP Tries It food review came out in 2012. So DSP is claiming to have influenced someone into doing something before he did it. So there is some fucking time travel shit going on. Like, this guy was obviously filming himself, like, and he didn't think about flipping the camera back and pointing at him. And he was going, oh man, I just filmed an entire film review, but I was accidentally filming the wall because I couldn't see myself. And then in comes the fucking DeLorean. Ooh, hello you guys, it's me, Darkside Phil, a former pro tournament Street Fighter player, and I'm coming to tell you from the future and inspire you on how to do better flags, okay? And then he's going, oh, what's your advice? What's your advice, old great one? Well, you see that fucking preview screen there? You can flip it, and you can look at it yourself. I'm going to do it myself in the future. Oh, thank you, great one. You've inspired me. In fact, I didn't even think about filming it with a camera until you came along. I might just do it a little bit different to you, though, and edit them. Like, oh, yeah, well, I won't be doing that. Like, no, you didn't fucking time travel. You fucking... Unreal. But, yeah, apparently, whatever. Now, what's really funny now is that someone, like, thankfully, someone in the chat actually goes on to point out to Phil how stupid this is, and that Phil basically clearly didn't inspire this guy.
Someone is saying, just listen to this. Review Bra, also known as Report of the Week, is highly articulate compared to you. Review Bra was not inspired by you. He doesn't know who you are. Who said that he was? What are you talking about? So that, dude, this guy, wow. Did I actually inspire someone to do something on the internet and they got successful? That's crazy, and I'm happy for him.
You said it. You literally said it 10 minutes ago. This is so fucking dumb. Like, is the gout spread to his brain and it's stopping him from remembering stuff that happened like 10 minutes ago? You literally said, did I inspire this guy and he got successful off of my style? You literally said that. Like, and now you're trying to, like, retcon it. Like, it didn't happen. This is hilarious now that, like, he used to all the time. And I'll tell you what, it's since the fucking Side-Scrollers interview. His brain is just even more broken than usual. The gout has just totally took over his brain at this point. That he used to, in the past, go, like, he'd say something, and then 6 months later he'd go, I never said that, you guys. I never said that. Which you could go, well, you know, it's 6 months ago. He's obviously thinking, oh, no one's going to remember far back as 6 months. Or maybe he's just forgot. 6 months is a little while ago. But now he's literally trying to go back on things he said 10 minutes ago. As if any old cunt isn't just going to rewind it and go, here you go. Literally here. Here it is. Here's a clip of you saying it, you fucking dickhead. Like, no. He'll just lie anyway. It's not, you're not a Jedi. Oh, these aren't the droids you're looking for. No. People can literally go back and see that you said it, and now you're literally trying to claim that you never said that you inspired his style.
I'm saying, the guy, I like it because it seems to me like it's very similar to my old style. This guy took it ultra seriously. He's getting that kind of views, which basically means to me that he's found a way to find it and catch on to the YouTube algorithm and blow up, the YouTube algorithm and blow up and be popular doing it. He's even using my camera techniques and things. Like, I'm understanding why he's looking off center for the camera. I get it.
They're not your camera techniques, you greasy-haired cunt. They're not yours. It's a feature that those cameras do. That's fucking... The fact that you are claiming that it's your technique is... Well, he's even using my technique. It's not your technique, you idiot. It's like having a toothbrush and going, that guy's brushing his teeth with a toothbrush. He's using my technique. It's not your technique. That's what the fucking thing was there to do. God... Your technique of using an item, how it's supposed to be used. Oh, he's getting the views that I never could get because he's using my technique and he's had some success with it. No, it's not your stupid fucking technique. Oh my God.
I haven't said he's very different from me. Look, he's dressing professionally. He's more seriously spoken. He's talking about the product for like 5 minutes before he even eats it. Different from how I used to do it, but that's cool to see someone doing the same kind of content and succeeding, and I gave him a standing ovation. Why are you talking like I'm trying to say he was inspired by me and should know who I am? I never said that, you fucking idiot. You stupid mouth-drooling moron. Why do you put words into my mouth because you're a jackass trying to make me look bad? How about this? Go fuck yourself. How about that, you piece of shit? Thanks for the $1, by the way.
No, how about this? How about before you insult some person in your chat for telling the truth, you rewind back your own fucking shit content, like 10 minutes, and see that you did actually say that. No one's putting words in your mouth, you fucking greasy-haired wanker. It's you. You said it. You literally said that you inspired... Oh, did I inspire this guy? Oh, and you're claiming that they're your camera techniques. Like, yes, you'd say these things. And then you're going off on this guy who's just, like, saying... Maybe if you could have got out by going, oh, no, I misspoke. Yeah, I did say that, mate. What I meant was he's just doing a similar style.